John, lots to cover ahead of this weekend's match against Queen of the South. But let's start with something we didn't talk about post-match versus Forfar. The applause for Louis Vaughan on the 10th minute. It was something that you wanted to acknowledge and make mention of.
Yeah, it was obviously remiss of me to miss out on it at the weekend and, asking me. So, get caught up in the game, so to speak. So, I thought it was great from the Raith Rovers fans at the 10th minute to be giving them the applause. I'm sure, I certainly appreciated it. I'm sure Louis and his family and all the players appreciated it. It was magnificent. So, thank you very much to every single one of the Raith Rovers fans who took part in that. It was, very humbling, and I'm sure he appreciated it very much. So thank you.
Great, great gesture. Moving on to Tuesday, because of COVID isolations, we couldn't talk to you post-match down at Ayr. Sum up your thoughts on a solid performance, a clean sheet and a well-earned victory.
Yeah, 3 wins in a row in all different competitions. Another clean sheet in the back of the one at Forfar, other than losing these 4 goals against Hamilton, or goals against Column's actually very good if it hadn't been for that. However, we've recovered from then and we're very solid. It was a solid performance, a very gritty performance. It was a hard fought, well deserved victory, one that we needed to battle and compete with Ayr, who were very direct and a lot of big boys and very aggressive. So we had to compete with that, which you have to do, otherwise you get bullied. And so you've got to stand up to it, and you've got to try and pick moments when you can actually play. And I thought we did that, and I thought the goal was exactly how we planned to score a goal. With regards to very, very quick movements in midfield and a switchy play, and then get a good delivery, and everything went to plan as regards to that. Very good short, sharp movements in the midfield area. I think it was Dario with the ball out, and then Regan Timothy coming up onto it. Did really well in a 1v1 situation to get a great cross in, and Ethan Varian, his movement was excellent. He's got in behind the defender, then he's managed to get right across the face of the defender, and it's a great header. It's a real good old-fashioned striker's goal with a great header on the end of a brilliant cross, and that pleased me a hell of a lot, to get that. Young Ethan, I thought, was outstanding throughout the game. His goal was the icing the cake for him, but his overall performance, he relished the challenge, the physical challenge, and I thought he gave the defenders of Ayr United a torrid time throughout the whole game. And I've seen these defenders, be very aggressive with other strikers and make their life or their night a difficult one. But I think it was on the other way around. I thought Ethan gave them a right hard time, and delighted for each and every one of us to go down there. A wee while since the Rovers went down to Somerset Park and came away with all 3 points. I know last year we were down there twice and had 2 good performances, but draws on both occasions. So to come back up 3 points, it was important. 3 points, obviously, with us being only 1 point on the board after the 2 games. So to get us move us up to the 5th in the league. Pleased about getting away for that situation. Even this early in the season, you don't want to be left in the starting gate as we were. We've only having played 2 games and 1 point, so that 3 points is very welcome. As I say, well fought, really. Defenders having to defend the box, long throws, corner kicks, big lads attacking the ball, and delighted that Jamie McDonald didn't have an awful lot to do on the night. I thought we were a constant threat going forward. Dario took his goal really, really well. Delighted for him. He's now scored 4 goals in all competitions, and it's very early in the season, so delighted with the contribution that we're getting from Dario. We've managed to get his confidence back and got him playing in the right direction. I'm hoping there's still more to come from him, but he's certainly playing at very high standards right now. We were very dogged in midfield. We've probably been better, but when you're playing against the type of opposition we're playing against, there's not an awful lot of time to put your foot in the ball, and it's we did once the game kind of when it was 10 against 9. I thought we controlled it really, really well, and you should do. But we've seen games where the lower numbers have actually done better against the higher numbers. But I thought we then passed it really, really well, took a right good grip of the game, and then opened them up and had really good opportunities to really kill the game off. And the goalkeeper produced an excellent save from Dylan Tate right at the death, and Kai had a great chance, and we had other opportunities that we should have made more of. But to go to Somerset 2-0, come back up the road, clean sheet, as everyone said, couple of goals to the good, move away for the foot of the table up to 5th position. Yeah, a really good night's work.
Yeah, and almost as important as the result is that word momentum that we always talk about. It's key. And after 3 wins and only 1 goal conceded, it's vitally important that we continue that versus Queen of the South, and then a run that includes a trip to Celtic, a derby match, a match against Morton Partick Killie. Momentum. This is going to be a great springboard for us to push on.
Well, we hope so. I mean, September is a big month for us. There's a lot of games in September coming up towards the end of September from the Celtic game onwards. A real busy period. And unfortunately, the injuries we've picked up are not going to help us. Aiden's hurt his hamstring. So, you know, it's only 48 hours since he did that. And although it's not completely torn, it will still be a few weeks. So, you know, we've not got like loads. You know, we work, I've said before, I work on 3 wingers for 2 positions. You know, so we now have 2 wingers for a few weeks. So we have to get by. Blaze being suspended doesn't help. But Brad's trained today. We're hopeful that Brad will be involved in the match day squad. He will need to see if he has any reaction to the training today and tomorrow, and we'll take that from there. So, as I say, with such a lot of games to come at the end of September, we could do without picking up any more injuries.
Yeah, and finally, I know you take 1 game at a time, but looking at those league games that are coming up over September, it just shows, and the quality there, it just shows the competitiveness of this league, how close it all is between all the different teams.
Yeah, I purposely tried to avoid your question with regards to not going any further ahead than 1 game. I tried my best, but you've obviously laboured the situation. So, yeah, I mean, there is an opportunity. Of course, there is. I think, you know, we've got to take care of Queen of the South first. Queen of the South came here. Was it sometime in December? I think.
Yeah, December.
Yeah, and came here. They hadn't won many, if any, games, and they came here and they beat us 2-0, and they went away with the points, and they went on a great run. And so they probably started a little bit better this season. We've got to treat that with respect. We want to try and get that 3 points on the board. If we can do that, then that will have added to the momentum that we've carried over the last 3 games to be 4 games. Then got ourselves even further up the table with a bit of luck, depending on other results on Saturday. And it would you know, take us on to the Morton, away to Morton, you know. So I don't want to start to get too carried away. I've kind of suggested that we do have quite a big month in September, the amount of games that we've got to play. So let's stay focused on what we've got. We don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. We don't want to get carried away. You know, it was a good win there. We've got to go out and do it again on Saturday.
Great. Thanks for that, John. Good luck.
No bother.